Hi, everyone. Welcome to day number 82 in the Home Business Success Strategies. And today I'm going to talk about 5 tips for better product photography. Okay, at first I was going to do the 5 tips on better cat photography, but not all of you would be interested in cat pictures. Maybe you are. I don't know. We could do that tomorrow if you'd like. Anyway, we're going to talk about lighting, equipment, background, editing. Important to have a nice picture when you are trying to get your customers' attention or display or whatever. And if you can't have a professional do it and you want to do it yourself, I'm going to give you a few tips so you can at least get something decent done. So the first one is natural light. Okay, so your main goal is to get a bright and clean photography for your product, and nothing is more important than lighting. And here I am in my basement with all this weird lighting going on. But I get this information from professionals, so you can trust that it is good stuff. So anyway, use some natural light as best you can, right? Go outside, get your pictures there. Not direct sunlight though. Okay, so your main goal is to get the bright and clean photography for your project. Nothing's more important than lighting. Natural light is ideal and free. Move around your space and find the brightest window, even if it's balancing precariously over the bathtub. Been there, done that. Okay. You may need to filter the light through a plain white sheet or angle the blinds to avoid direct light for harsh shadows. Okay, so you don't want the sun beaming in, but you do want the light coming in. So do something like paper or angle your blinds a little bit. That's pretty cool. So anyway, if indoors it's still too dark, you can take your product outside on a shaded patio or under a tree. You'll want to look for indirect light that is not going to shine onto your setup, and beware of color casts from grass or bright colored walls or objects. Oh, so other things can cause a weird light to hit your thing you're taking a picture. Number 2, equipment. Equipment to get you started. The number one best tool I use is white foam boards from the art supply store. Ooh. These boards cost less than a latte and are amazing reflectors for getting more light onto your products. You can set up 3, one on each side, facing a window, and they'll do a great job of bouncing the natural light back onto the shot. You can tape 3 together like a trifold so they can stand up on their own, but sometimes I like to be able to adjust them individually. Use a camera with manual settings or a phone camera with adjustable exposure to avoid the pitfall of having too bright or too dark photos. Getting this right when you take the photo is the best way to have proper exposure and better images versus adjusting too much later in editing. Pro tip, step 1, to getting whiter whites and accurate color is to have plenty of light and proper exposure. If needed, use a lighting kit or bounce flash, my preferred method. Number 3, keep backgrounds and styling simple. Me with all this stuff in the background. Okay, good to know. See, this is good for me to learn too. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for you to learn and for me to learn too. So I might be having a simpler background in the future. We'll see. Keep the background simple with a solid color or texture. So your product is the star of the show. The white foam boards are great background, lightweight, and cheap. You can also paint them any color to match your brand. Ooh, maybe I could do some pink ones. You can paint anything pink, just so you know. And people love it. Sorry for the camera shake, but my business partner just jumped up on the table. He's so naughty. Okay. Use household items like linens, wood cutting boards, navy poster board, or marble cheese trays. Oh. So that's, you can get natural textures that way. I've even pulled in plywood beadboard and rustic cookie sheets. Almost anything can be used if you get creative with it. Styled products photos are a great addition to your shop images and for sharing on social media. Okay, they set up the scene for they set the scene for how your customers will be using the product in real life, giving context and personality to your creations. If you want to attempt styled product photography, keep the props simple and minimal. Do not use anything that will distract from the product itself, like a business partner. There's no right or wrong way to style your props, but the timeless rule of photography composition, rule of thirds golden spiral, exists for a reason, and they are a great place to start. Also play with different angles. Get up, get down, zoom in, zoom out. Many times you won't know what works until you try it. Okay, so the rule of thirds, I know a little bit about this. So the rule of thirds is so you have like, that is your, you make three lines and 3 lines this way, and you want to be kind of in the middle. So I know a little bit that way. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to do my video way over here. Maybe I do, because then you can see my pictures and my little kitty cat. Minimal editing. This is number 4. It's very easy to overdo editing. So proceed carefully. Most photos, I am not good at editing. So the less is better, right? Take 100 shots, pick a good one. Most photos will need slight brightness and exposure adjustments. Sharpen with caution and be gentle with the contrast and saturation settings. Please stay away from the fades and filters. You want your product photos to be bright and clean and accurate. Accurately show what your product actually looks like. Okay, so yeah, if you do a lot of that fading, then you don't have the sharp edges. That's a good tip. Pro tip, step 2, in getting whiter whites and accurate color is to adjust the levels in your photo editing software. Not all programs have this, so you have to do some research. I do know you can adjust levels in Photoshop Elements, which is a pretty affordable program compared to the full-blown Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so I have some editing on my iPhone, and that is if you have a phone, an iPhone or something, those settings, play around with them. They have a lot of adjustments that you can do. I took a picture way back of a cat underneath the table, and there was like no lighting, and I was able to adjust it so it didn't look like it was so dark. It was great. Create a style and photo. Number 5, create a style and shooting formula for consistently awesome photos. Okay, find what works for you and take your photos in that same kind of way so you have a nice display of things that kind of work together. And Instagram really likes it when you have a really pretty Instagram board and your things kind of all matchy. I'll see if I can find that on my phone here, what mine looks like, or what a good one looks like. So creating consistency in your images is key to having a well-branded shop online. Do you have a shop online? Or do you just have like a page or whatever? What do you have? What do you got? You just post stuff? Do you have Instagram? What do I have for my, sorry, I'm trying to look for my Instagram account here. Jeez Louise. I don't want to take a picture. The way to get okay, here we go. This is me, Sonia Diner Trader, and you have your pictures here. See how they the theme is all kind of like the same. Oh, I gotta show you this. It wouldn't be the same without a fat cat in the picture, right? Right? I have some funny stuff on there, so just want to show you that. So anyway, Okay, back to the last one, number 5. Okay, create a prop box and have your chosen background on hand. Decide on a formula for your photos. Background plus props plus edit style. Record the camera settings that worked well and note editing steps so you can duplicate them the next time. Oh my God, oh my God. My business partner decided to jump into my photo prop box / computer stand. Okay, so having the information and tools handy will make the process much easier so you don't have to relearn it every time. This might seem like a lot to think about first, but I promise it'll be worth it when you have better product photos and more sales. Okay, so there's some people in my home business success strategies that do have some homemade products, and some of them take really, really good pictures, and some of them just take a picture. And you can do whatever you want, but I'll tell you what, when you have those ones like good enough to display on like one of the Etsy sites where it gets top ranking, those really catch your attention, and people will pay what they're worth. They won't try to jip you out or make you pull the value down, whatever. But anyway, work on your photos. I'll see if I can work on my background a little. I'll see if I can work on my my business partner here. It's not fair that you just jump on here and nobody knows. I'm not just moving my camera around. This is a real deal here. Yeah. I found a really, really cool cat photo editing guide. So everybody, if you're one of my friends on Facebook or Instagram, guess what you're going to be seeing? You're going to be seeing some new trial photos of the cat. Definitely. So some of you have a business that is a direct marketing business like mine. I have Mary Kay, and they provide excellent photos. They provide the photos, and you should use those photos that they provide. You could take those photos and you can change them up a little bit, like put it on a pic collage and make it your own. Kind of make it your own, like your creative style. Okay, so cats and coffee, it's my creative style. And maybe a better, nicer, smoother background. That is in the works. So please comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day.